nothing beats online shopping. I am actually literally following a 24-hour rule when it comes to online shopping, because if I hold myself back and not buy the product at 2 a.m. In the morning, I will most probably not buy it. But I do end up buying products at 2 a.m. in the morning, and the fact of the matter is, it's just easy. It's good stuff that is available online, and they do indulge in a lot of online shopping. There is really very little time for entertainment, and the easiest way for them is shopping really online.
But I think the interesting point that you will see from this is that, I mean, obviously Flipkart and Amazon are two of our biggest e-commerce giants, so they will typically be the first sort of. But if you see special brands like Nykaa, who've carved a name for themselves in the beauty segment, they are actually teaching the big boys a thing or two about how to handle. Because for a company that is 100 times or 1,000 times smaller than Flipkart and Amazon, for them to get that kind of share of voice is actually saying that if you are able to create products, then women will start doing this online with you.
So the core, like we said, we've looked at 25 to 40 as the age range, and they're mostly in mid to senior level. In fact, mid level is what we've looked at. These are women in the 10 metros, and this is really the core also audience of Femina, the one with that, the one that's been.
But yeah, you're absolutely right that some of these things came even as a surprise to us, because we would have assumed that there would be a few more complaints saying, I'm stretching myself too thin, etc. So some of these were actually even eye-openers for us as well. We didn't expect some of these to be in the high percentages that they are showing.
We have, however, mentioned that it's a challenge. It's not easy at all. In fact, having it all is not possible. I can tell you that from experience.
You have interviewed women between 25 and 40. Most women talking about, great workplaces. Are we still seeing a lot of women in middle level dropping off due to childbirth or whatever it is? And, long sabbaticals. There's still a lot of organizations which do not hire back women at the same levels. So how is this being addressed?
I'm glad you raised this point, because this has been an issue with us and actually across the world for a very, very long time.
We still don't see a lot of women in boardrooms, or
well, it's
and
changing.
at high levels. A lot of women drop off when they come back.
Sitting here is testimony.
No, I'm not talking about us in this room, or you, but generally women drop off, when they're having children, and find it difficult coming back to the same positions. So that's why you don't see many women in top levels. So
absolutely, so this is an industry problem that the industry needs to focus on. And I'll tell you why this used to happen was because the promoters or owners of the industry would look for productivity, and the traditional mindset was that an absentee employee, for whatever the reasons are, while you can be empathetic at a human level, is being counterproductive to the organization. But, and whilst this started from the West, I've been very hard, because I meet with my peers not only across media industries, but my client peers across the group. So some companies have started looking at 7-month pregnancy leaves, which is, I think, fantastic. And I'm sure it must have not been easy, because 7 months is pretty much one calendar year gone. But I think we're taking steps in the right direction. I also think it has a lot to do with the type of industry you're in, because certain industries by definition or by nature are a little more progressive than others. But our job as media can be to raise consciousness levels about this, and to try and highlight the fact that a loyal employee, and to ensure that it is not only beneficial because her contribution levels will be more, but look at the signal you're sending out to the rest of your employee force as well, that you're not just a number, but you're a part of this team, and the give and take is an equal measure. I think as HR moves from more payroll-oriented to more people-oriented practices, you will see all of this happen. But yes, at the end of the day, we must always remember, and I love it when I hear some of my HR friends talk to us about, fancy offices in Google giving you 5 types of popcorns and 20 types of coffees. And I've been to a lot of these offices, and Times of India does none of that, okay? At the end of it, the essence of a company is to generate profit for its stakeholders, be it they're private or be it public, right? You've got to give value back. The trick in this is I believe that in the long term, if you are only going to be able to generate profits if your products are superior, and your products will be superior if you have a motivated team working with you. A motivated team happens by a combination of factors. So this, as in when the realization starts getting more embedded, and we will do our job as media by coming up with such research to let people know that, you know, it's not a it's not a short-term thing that you should look at, which will instantly mean your sales will drop by 20% just because somebody's not here. Because that's how it used to be in the past. But we alone can't change this overnight. We don't have a magic wand.